Sports on Tap Detroit, brought to you by the Realtors of the Joe Wright Group, Jason Stiltner of Flagstar Bank, Aldman Entertainment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We're here to fuck shit up.
Sports the way it should be. Nothing sugar-coated, with loaded with all the information you wanted. From legends to prospects, nothing's off limits. Chris and Joe be taking on all topics with no stopping. They keep it rolling and going and ball hopping at a rate that's hard stopping with news that's jaw dropping. They're getting it in. Sports Center competition, man, they in it to win. This ain't a fluke, from Carolina to Duke, from MSU to Michigan. You'll know if you listening, if you ain't, you missing it. All the excitement, they shock like a thundercloud and ride with lightning. Get it together, you know ain't nobody better. Bring heat than cold weather. You better put on a sweater, you better just let it go and all come and attack. Sit back, relax, let's tell them it's on tap.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Hello, motherfucker.
Welcome to episode 141 of Sports on Tap Detroit. I'm Chris Scott alongside Joe Waddell. Frank Gigotta is on location and is otherwise occupied at the time. He's probably sleeping, I'd be my guess.
Yeah. Frank got a job.
Frank got a job, so he is he's adjusting to his new schedule, and hopefully in the coming weeks he'll be able to join us, for our regularly scheduled show.
Well, and his new schedule is not going to be his continued schedule probably for a while. It's going to be he's working days now, and then he's going to go back to he's going to go to afternoons, with the eventual hope that he's going to go back to days, and so yeah, his schedule's pretty up in the air, and he's pretty tired at this point, getting up really fucking early in the morning, and
that happens.
So I told him today, I'm like, dude, I don't blame you. I didn't anticipate you were going to be able to make it anyway. Like, you're good, bro.
Yes,
do what you got to do.
Certainly.
Life is more important.
Yes, it is. Making money is significantly more important.
Yes.
Yes.
Which I thought was in jeopardy for me today. At a certain point.
Yes. So when you got here today, you said there was quite a story that involved an April Fool's prank that I'm assuming you pulled.
Yes.
That went awry.
Very much.
Do explain.
Very much. So, yeah. If you ever had a really funny, great idea for April Fool's that in your mind is fantastic, and yet in real life didn't pan out very well.
Now, was this like a woke thing or something like
nope.
that? Okay.
No, it's
right. I wanted to make sure it wasn't that nonsense.
No, it's just something that with the circumstances, the way it played out, it was just not very good. But so I had bought this, and Frank's up there laughing. Then I said, wake up every morning for work at 3 a.m. Hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too, bro. I would too. But so I had this idea to play a joke on my boss. I had bought a USB that is a screaming goat.
Oh, God. All right.
And you can set it to go off every 5 minutes or every 60 minutes. Mm-hmm. It's the only two settings it has. And you can plug it into either a USB plug that goes into the wall, or you can plug it into a computer or whatever. And it'll go off at the timed intervals.
Right.
So yesterday, before our meet, we had a meeting at 3 o'clock yesterday, and before the meeting, my boss was not in his office.
I feel like if you have meetings at 3 o'clock, this is fucking deserved already.
We do. We have meetings at 3 o'clock too many times.
Yeah, this is deserved.
So and it wasn't a meeting that either one of us had scheduled. It was another schedule, and so it was April Fool's. It was my boss's birthday on top of that, and I thought, I'm going to play this joke on him now. Like, I had been holding it for a while. I was like, all right, today's the day.
Yeah.
I checked to make sure he didn't have any other meetings after that. He didn't, because I didn't want it to go off in his office while he was on a Teams call or meeting.
Oh, yeah.
And the screaming goat goes off in the background while he's trying to talk to
No,
someone.
that would have been great.
Now, the thought of it is pretty funny, but I was trying to avoid that. So I found out, and I told a couple other people, and they laughed. Thought it was funny. So I went and I plugged it in his office, in like the corner where you really couldn't see it. The only problem was after the meeting was over, it was like an hour-long meeting, he didn't really go back to his office. And he just grabbed his stuff and left because it was his birthday. He was going out to have some drinks. Some of us went with him. We went out, had a couple drinks, and, happy birthday and all that stuff, and then went about the rest of our evening. And wasn't really thinking about the fact that it was going to be sitting there in his office all night.
Oh, God.
And all morning on 5-minute intervals of a screaming goat. So fast forward to this morning.
Yeah.
I'm in work for about an hour or so, and I decide to go up front to my boss's office and pop my head in and kind of, take pride in my prank.
Well, yes, as you should.
As you would want to. Right? So I go up there. I pop my head in his office. He's in there, and I look across to where I had plugged it in, where it should be, on the other side of the conference table. And he looks at me with sort of a grin, but also a I'm not happy look on his face.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, "Was that you?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, maintenance came in and tore my ceiling down because they thought there was an animal in here.
Oh, shit.
I go, shut up. No, they didn't. He goes, yeah, they did. He goes, it's been a big thing. Everyone was thinking there was an animal trapped in the ceiling in here. Maintenance came in and they took half my ceiling down.
Oh, shit.
Looking for an animal that was trapped.
Right.
I go, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, no, absolutely not. At that point in time, another person from up front walks in. Steve, did they figure out what that was? With like a concerned look on his face. And Steve goes, yeah, we found out what it was. April Fool's joke gone bad.
Yeah.
And I looked at Maurice. I looked at him. He looked at me. He didn't look very happy. So he went away into his office. And at this point, I'm like not happy.
Well,
I'm like, fuck this. Like it turned into a big ordeal. Another person from up front comes in and says, hey, Steve, did they figure out what that animal was? Was it an animal? Did they figure out what it was? He's like, yeah, we figured out what it was. It's Waddell here played a joke.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it was me.
Yes, I did it. Yeah.
Hey. So at that point in time, I looked at my boss and I said, hey, man, I'm going to go crawl back to my office, and I'm going to disappear for like the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Because if they forget I work here, they will forget to fire me.
Yeah, right. Out of sight, out of mind.
So I'm going to go back to my office, way back in shipping. And I'm not even going to send any emails. I don't want my name popping up anywhere for these people to see my name and go, that's the fucking guy. That's the fucking guy.
That's the guy.
It's the one that did the fucking screaming goat joke. So, my boss is reveling in the fact that I was worried, and I really had nothing to say, which is rare for me. I'm usually talking shit, and just he's reveling in the fact that I was very, very nervous and very concerned because there was some pissed off people. I did find out later on that there were some other people that thought it was very fucking funny and were laughing hysterically about it.
But who was pissed off?
The people who had to call maintenance and thought there was an animal trapped in there and they had to have maintenance take I understand where they're coming from. Like, I get it. I do. Like, I literally told my boss, I go, listen, man, I'm going to disappear for the day. And when I leave today, if you guys shut off my badge and it doesn't work tomorrow, I get it.
Right.
Like, I get it. I mean, he did call me late. He called me a couple times and kind of talked shit and was really kind of reveling in the fact that I was nervous. And a couple times he told me shut the fuck.
This could have been significantly worse.
Yes.
Significantly worse.
Yeah. I mean, he did tell me to shut the fuck up and stop worrying about it, but
this is not that bad.
It was pretty bad in certain people's minds, I'll tell you that. It was not good in certain people's minds.
Honestly, I think they're overthinking it. I really do.
And it could be. But it was a funny thing that just really went. It took a 180 at some point when people were nervous and scared that there was a dying animal in the ceiling of the offices. That was not what I had intended.
Well, obviously,
and the
that's not
fact
what you
that they
intended.
wasted maintenance's time to come searching for an animal that was non-existent.
I think that makes it even funnier, to be honest with you.
It was, Eric says, I'm fucking dying, bro.
Honestly, I think that makes it even more funny. I really do.
I mean, later on, my boss laughed about it. He thought it was funny, and there was a few other people that thought it was funny. And Eric, I will talk to you more about this one tomorrow, about in particular people who thought it was funny. But
I think it's hysterical.
I mean,
really do.
I mean, I did before it all played out. I did,
Yeah.
but I was a little nervous there for a while today. I'm still not 100% certain my badge is going to work tomorrow.
Oh, you're
morning, so-
fine. You're fine. It's just to make you sweat it out a little bit, and like,
Oh man,
I mean, if it was something like egregious, then yes, but this, like, whatever.
yeah,
Like, okay. If you like hurt somebody,
right.
or were vulgar to somebody,
I mean,
or something like that.
It definitely could have been worse.
Yeah.
Frank says he was still concerned when he told me near the end of the day. No, I was. I absolutely was. And even after that, because after you left, Frank, we had to meet with a customer that came in.
Yeah.
And my boss was just literally reveling in the fact that I had nothing to say, and I was just.
Well,
he goes. I have never heard you this fucking quiet, ever. I go. Well, I mean, I'm going to be walking on eggshells for probably the rest of the week.
You don't
I'm just-
even need to, because
I'm going to keep it low key.
Who are they going to get that's going to replace you? That's going to be any better than you?
Well, yeah, but
There you go. They're not.
They're not. But
They're not. And it's more expensive to hire a new person than it is to keep an existing one.
Frank says I was dying. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it was funny, but it also wasn't.
I think
funny,
it was
and I
funny, and yeah, it was a little bit over the top, I guess, because of a technicality.
Just- right.
because he didn't go back to his office.
Right.
Fine. And you forgetting to turn
Right.
it off.
Yeah, yeah. I should have went back and got it and not left it in there.
Yes.
is what should have happened. But yeah, it
Yeah,
was. Yeah,
Yeah, I think this is more kind of like a technicality thing. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yes, obviously he wanted to see you sweat, which I could completely understand.
Oh, I was sweating.
But there was no way in hell they were going to fire you over this. Like, not a fucking chance.
I mean,
But that is pretty fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie. I would have been laughing hysterically as well.
hey Dennis, if you want to put in an application, they're now hiring for logistics coordinator.
There you
so,
go.
Yeah.
So-
it was not ideal the way it played out.
Right.
But yeah.
So you said you had a secondary story as well. It's a story time with Uncle Joe, everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So this last week,
yeah.
on I think it was Thursday actually. No, Friday. So I don't remember what day it was. I got up for work anyway. Got up for work.
Yep.
It was 6:30. I start to shower, and I'm still half asleep, right? I mean, I get up right away and I go start to shower, but I'm still groggy. I'm still half asleep. I'm not near fully awake.
Right.
It takes me a while to wake up.
As
And-
per yeah,
That's
pretty much
I mean,
everybody.
yeah, like I mean, I am not a morning person, so like my eyes, I could be walking around my house with my eyes completely shut for a while.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
So I swear to God, I heard somebody knocking on my door, and I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck is knocking on my door at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning? What the fuck is going on?
Right.
So I still half asleep. I go to walk downstairs, and I make it down the first 4 stairs into the landing area just fine. I turn to go down the rest of the stairs, which is the majority of the stairs,
Yeah.
and I missed the step. Yeah. So my heel hit the first step.
Yeah.
And when I went to put my weight on it, it just went out from underneath me because it was just my heel.
Oh God.
And no joke, at one point in time, I was looking up at my feet.
yeah.
Because they just went completely up out from underneath me. Splat on the stairs.
Yeah.
And like a fucking cartoon, I couldn't gain myself. I thumped every stair on the way down until I hit the bottom. I could not stop myself. It was just, I hit and just boom, 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 all the way down the fucking stairs.
I can actually picture this.
So yeah, it was. I mean, honestly, if I had a video camera in that part of
Yeah.
the house, fuck, I would show everybody. It had to have been fucking hilarious.
That's great.
So mind you, I'm a little out of it still half asleep.
Yes.
Waking up a lot more, but I'm a little disoriented. I just fell down the stairs. I'm hurting.
Yeah.
Probably a good 10 minutes have gone by. since I thought I heard the knock at the door because I'm trying to regain my composure, pick myself up off the floor. I get to the door. There's fucking nobody there. Nobody.
Right.
Now, whether I heard something that they weren't there or whether they left because it took me so fucking,
Yeah, right.
so fucking long to get to the door, I don't know. But we're taking donations for a life alert for Joe. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I've fallen and I can't get up. Yeah, it was not ideal, and yeah, it was fucking bad, dude. Like I fucking every step on the way down. Just I still am not recovered. My body is still fucking sore.
I have no doubt about that.
It still fucking hurts.
Because that's what happens, man. You do like any injury. It's like the older you get, it takes that much longer to recover. It's
Well, and you feel fucking old when you fall down stairs too. You're like, God damn, seriously already? I'm falling down fucking stairs.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I'm still blaming the fact that I was half asleep, but whatever.
Still, it happens. I mean, I get it. I get it. But
Dude, it was
that's
fucking bad.
great. So I wanted to do some the MLB talk before we get into.
I love the MLB talk.
Right, but before that, I wanted to give a congratulations to the University of Michigan for making it to another Frozen Four, and
Yes, sir.
taking out Michigan State in the process. Now, what I found completely fascinating about this is the first time they'd ever met in the national tournament.
Really?
Yeah, which I didn't know that till this past weekend.
I did
Like,
not know that
obviously,
either.
they've met 300 and some odd times, and CCHA playoffs and Big Ten playoffs and dueling the D and the GLI and all that other shit. Well, this is the first time they've ever met in a national tournament,
Wow.
and Michigan State dominated them this year.
That is a fact that actually blows my mind a little
Right, exactly, right? You
I-
figure
I
two
did
programs
not-
like that would have met at some point along the line
Yeah.
in the national tournament. But they didn't. And
Wow.
this is the first time, and Michigan took them out 5-2 to move on to the Frozen Four and take on Boston College, I believe, on Thursday. Dennis, you can check me on that if I'm wrong on the actual day, but
He's too busy applying at Exalta.
right. I know they are. I know they're playing Boston College. I don't remember exactly what day, but I wanted to give a shout out to them before we moved on to the MLB talk. That actually worked though. The Major League Baseball talk.
The MLB talk.
There you go. Funny story about that. I was having lunch with a lady friend and my mom the other day, and the MLB stuff came up. And now my mom, every time she thinks about it, she's like when I said this to her, I was like, how we talk about like the MLB,
Yeah.
and she's like, what about it? I'm like, think about it. Like when you use it, and she's like, I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. In most cases, it doesn't make any sense.
No, because would you say the Major League Baseball?
And I tried explaining this to her, and then it finally dawned on her. And now I'm like, you're gonna think about it anytime you hear the MLB.
Yeah.
you're gonna be like,
Well, because
it sounds stupid.
Dennis says next week Thursday. Yes.
Appreciate that, Dennis. Thank you.
No, because if you say it for the NFL, so National Football League.
Yeah.
The National Football League.
Right.
Yes, that
Yes.
works.
The National Hockey League,
National
the
Hockey
National
League.
Basketball Association.
Right.
It works.
It works. But Major League Baseball, the Major League Baseball, it doesn't work.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. And I just use it just because I think it's fucking
Right,
hilarious.
and
Because
yeah.
you get irritated at it.
I do get
And at this point in time, I just like irritating you.
Fair enough.
So if I will take every chance I get to irritate you.
Fair enough. So with that being said, I wanted to jump into the MLB talk. And start off with the Tigers, especially. Jump out to a 4-0 record.
The 4-0 Tigers.
The 4-0 Tigers.
With 0 bats still.
With 0, their offense it hasn't been pretty. We'll say that.
Their offense is still anemic.
Their offense is still not great. It's still probably back in Lakeland somewhere. However, the pitching has actually been quite good, except for maybe Kenta Maeda. His start wasn't great by any means.
Well, I think again, you're more the baseball guy than myself or Frank.
Yeah.
I think you said you were looking forward to seeing the pitchers. You thought the
Yes.
pitching staff was going to be good, even the bullpen.
Yep.
And
I think
of
the
course,
bullpen's been fantastic so far.
and that's
Now, granted, you're going against kind of anemic offenses, but you still got to
Right.
get. These are still major league hitters, and you still got to get them out.
right.
And so far, they have, which is something that's going to need to continue for them to be successful, obviously. But their starters, besides Maeda, have looked good. Like Reese Olson was good last night. Skubal on opening day was outstanding. So
That dude's an
Flaherty was
ace.
good, huh?
That dude's an ace.
That dude is an ace, and I think if they do end up playing tonight, they got
Mize.
Casey Mize coming back from his Tommy John, so we'll see how that plays out. But while their offense kind of gets rounded into shape, if their pitching can carry them through at least April, okay, then I think we might be looking at something here. And again, like you said, yeah, that's kind of what I was looking forward to, is seeing how their pitching would stack up coming into the season. And so far, again, it's 4 games, so I'm not going to go crazy about it, but so far it's looked pretty good. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
And we'll see moving forward. Now, getting into the rest of the MLB. Just because. Just because.
You're almost like Eminem in 8 Mile, where he took away everything that the other rapper could have said about him by saying it first.
Yeah.
And I think you just say it first so that I can't do it to irritate you. So you say it first.
It's like when I take your read.
Yeah. That's
I can't do it.
It's like a dirty, nasty back and forth kind of thing.
Oh,
It's like,
yes.
fuck you. No, fuck you.
So, just getting into the rest of the MLB, I kind of wanted to like your take on division winners, like who you think is going to do what. I'll start out with the AL East. I've gone back and forth between the Yankees and the Orioles. Now, I'm going to go with the Orioles simply because that team is on the rise. They are stacked. They made the playoffs last year, and I'm taking them simply because the Yankees, getting Soto is going to be huge for them, but I don't think they have the pitching, first of all. And their 2 biggest guys, they get hurt. Like, Aaron Judge gets hurt now, like, every year.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a huge issue for them. So I'm going to take the Orioles to win the division again. I don't know. Your thoughts on that?
No, the Orioles are who I think is going to win that division. I actually don't think New York is going to be in the top 2, actually. I think,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think either Tampa Bay. I know they lost a couple arms.
Yeah.
I think either Tampa Bay or the Blue Jays are going to be up there in second.
I will tell you one thing: the Blue Jays will not. They'll finish no higher than third.
Really?
They don't have their lineup sucks. Their lineup is anemic at best. They got no hit yesterday. Well, yeah, their lineup is anemic. It's not good. They can't hit with runners in scoring position.
But despite the fact that the Rays lost a few arms, I believe they're still going to be really good.
But they go to their underground city and just find new guys to just plug them in.
Right.
They're like, this guy's good now.
They actually grow them.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's good. This guy's good.
Look what we found.
It's amazing how that team is able to do that every year.
They just go out to a field and pick another pitcher.
Yes.
They're like, oh, look, we got another one.
Now moving on to the AL Central, I do have the Tigers winning that division. And if for no other reason, then why not the Tigers? The division is trash. Every team in that division besides the White Sox can win that division.
They can. I believe the Twins will actually take that division.
Okay. I can say one thing: the wild card definitely ain't coming out of that division. Or no, the wild card's not coming out of that division.
No, I mean, I think the Twins are going to take that division, but I think the Tigers do have a shot because if their bats can do anything, and their pitching is what people think it's going to be and what it's looked like the first 4 games, then they have a shot. Because to me, it's the worst division.
Yeah. It's arguably the worst division of baseball.
It's the worst division of baseball, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I believe the Tigers do have a shot.
Okay. And then moving on to the AL West, to me it's a 2-team race. It's between the Astros and the Rangers. It's hard to bet against the Astros because, I mean, just the longevity of their success. But obviously the Rangers won the World Series last year, so it's hard to bet against them as well. However, I got to go with the Astros in this one. I think they're going to win the division. I think they're going to win the AL West.
I'm going to go with the Astros. I think the Mariners have a shot here too.
I do too. I think their pitching's good enough to get them there. They're kind of like the Blue Jays in my thoughts on this because they both have really excellent pitching staffs, starters and bullpen, but their offenses are just
the bats are just not there.
So, but I'm going to go with the Astros. I could see the Rangers getting a wild card out of that division. I could see the Yankees getting a wild card. And that third wild card is up for grabs. I think it's going to be between probably the Mariners, maybe the Blue Jays. That's kind of where I'm at on that.
Honestly, I would agree with almost all of what you said there.
And then moving over to the National League, start out in the AL East. It's hard not to pick the Braves.
I'm going with Philly.
You going with the Phillies, eh?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm going with the Phillies. I mean, Atlanta's Atlanta. They're a juggernaut, but I mean, I don't know. I think that Philly team is good. I think they have some fight in them, and I just I don't know. I'm just throwing the dice on this one. I mean, it will be easy to take Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
They're a great team, but I'm gonna go with Philly.
All right, I'm going with Atlanta. And
I
then
think it's easy to call those are the top two teams in that division.
the Mets are terrible.
Atlanta and the Phillies are the only two teams in that division that have a shot at it.
I mean, a dark horse, I could kind of maybe see the Marlins doing something, but
yeah, I don't. I mean,
and the Nationals are trash as well, so it doesn't like whatever. It's kind of like you said, it's like a 2-team race, kind of like it is to me in the AL East. But
yeah,
NL Central, I've gone back and forth on this one too between the Reds and the Cubs, and to a lesser degree the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cubs. I am. I'm going with the Cubs. They got close last year. They kind of petered out at the end.
I'm going to go with the Cubs, but I'm going to go with a dark horse here that I think could win it.
Yeah,
the Brewers.
Okay, I like that.
I think they could.
I think that's going to be a lot more competitive division than people think. People think it's kind of like the AL Central. No, I think there's 4 teams in that division that are solid. They're not none of them are great.
They're
by
not
any means,
great,
but I think they're solid teams
Yep.
in there, and I think they can compete.
They're
going
gonna
do some things.
They're gonna beat up on each other.
Right.
They're gonna take wins from each other. But
I could possibly see a wild card squeezing out of there.
yeah,
You know,
yep.
in the AL West, I mean, it's hard not to pick the Dodgers, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's by far. I mean,
think the Giants are going to be solid, but you look at the Dodgers; their top 3 in that lineup is absurd.
the Diamondbacks are good.
Obviously, they went to the World Series last year.
The Padres are.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're looking at 4 really good fucking teams in this division.
I could see them getting fucking 2 wild cards out of that division.
I could too. Yeah, because you got the Dodgers, you got the Diamondbacks, you got the Padres, you got the Giants. All those teams are.
They are.
I mean, the Dodgers are head and shoulders above the rest, but
Yeah.
Diamondbacks are right there, and then you got the Padres and the Giants, which are just a step below. They're good teams.
Yeah, they are. And as for my wild cards, I think I got the Phillies. I'll say the Giants and Diamondbacks. That's who I got making. That's who I got making the playoffs in the MLB.
I win every time you say that.
I know you do. You know who else wins?
Yes. Baldman Entertainment. We all know planning events such as a wedding, birthday party, graduation party, or any other event that might require a DJ can be very hairy. Eliminate the stress and give Steve Waddell at Baldman Entertainment a call today at 586-747-5402. Chris agrees with me on this one.
No, he doesn't.
He is the resident DJ for St. Hubert's Festival every year. If he's good enough for God, then he's good enough for you. Again, that's Baldman Entertainment, 586-747-5402. The best decision you can make for a smooth event.
Anyways.
Hello, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's pretty much how that worked, too. So now that we got the MLB talk out of the way, now it's time for kind of the point of this particular episode of this show. WrestleMania 40, which is this weekend. And
Let me talk to you.
Exactly. And as we've said this numerous times about WrestleMania now, neither of us can stand that it's a 2-night event. It doesn't need to be a 2-night event.
No.
You could honestly do this on like a Saturday, just do it the entire fucking day if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It started at like noon and ended at like 10 or whatever.
I think, I don't really like that idea either, but I like that idea better than doing 2 nights.
It's dumb.
And I love the fact that they're counting both nights as Roman Reigns headlining WrestleMania too.
Yeah.
He's going to headline night 1 with the tag match, and then he's going to headline night 2, and that means he's going to tie Hulk Hogan in night 1 for most headline matches in WrestleMania, and he's going to take the lead of Hulk Hogan in the second night of WrestleMania, even though it's one WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's just 2 nights, but they're counting it as 2 headlines.
So it's like
it's fucking stupid.
It's like they made a in-season tournament in the NBA.
Yes.
It's so you got a quote ring or you got a trophy.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of like made up shit. Yeah.
If they would have had 2-night WrestleManias when Hulk Hogan was around, he'd have fucking shattered.
Oh
that.
yeah, you wouldn't even be able. It would have been like Gretzky. You wouldn't have been able to touch it.
Right.
Like his point record, which will never be touched.
No.
But anyways, we digress on that. So, night 1 of WrestleMania, which is Saturday night, I think starts at 6, I believe. 6 or 7. Anyway, Dennis, can you fill me in on that? You would know that as well.
I think it starts at 6, actually.
I think it is 6.
I think it's the pre-show at 6, I think.
Yeah.
And then I think the actual WrestleMania starts at 7.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, though.
I don't think there's any way that Jason Kelsey's not there.
No.
Like, there's no fucking way
I think
he's
that's
not
one
there.
of the best bets you can make
Yeah.
is that Jason Kelsey will be
He
at
will
WrestleMania.
100% be there in some capacity. Now, there's been all this talk of rumors of who else is going to be there, like Stone Cold's going to be there, Cena's going to be there, which, frankly, yeah, I'm sure they'll probably be there. I can see Lesnar showing up somehow.
Dennis agrees. Yeah, he says, pre-show is 6, I believe, as well.
Okay. So we'll start off with night 1. We'll start off with the Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio match. Now, I'm not too engaged in this storyline. I mean, obviously, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio have a history together.
Right.
And as does Rey with Santos Escobar. But other than that, I'm not too engaged in this storyline.
No,
Frankly, yeah.
this storyline doesn't really do anything for me. I get irritated every time I see Dominic Mysterio.
I do.
The Santos Escobar.
I'll say he's gotten better in the ring, but his mic work still is trash.
Yeah, I mean, he's not bad in the ring. I just the whole storyline with him, and it's probably not even his fault. It's just the storyline they've given him, the things they do with him.
Yeah.
It kind of bores me.
Well, it's like this whole Judgment Day thing. It needs to end. It's not.
Well,
it's like,
they need to do something with the Judgment Day other than have them muddling around carrying fucking tag team championships.
It's ridiculous.
He's been holding the fucking Money in the Bank briefcase
Yeah.
for like a year at this point. Like, at what point are you going to have him challenge for an actual fucking title with that fucking Money in the Bank briefcase?
Right.
But I digress.
Yeah.
The Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Santos, like the Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio thing with the LWO. Again, that was a storyline. It just kind of bored me. I didn't care. I liked Rey Mysterio back in the day. I think he's a little long in the tooth right now, and
Well, he's like 50, isn't he?
Yeah. So it's like I'm kind of getting. It's just one that doesn't enthuse me. I just don't care. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of with you on
And
that.
Dragon Lee's a good performer. He's a good wrestler. It just this whole storyline with this bores me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm not invested in it. It's just kind of
No, I do think Mysterio and Lee are going to win. That's who I think.
I could see that. I'm kind of with you on that. I think that will absolutely happen. Next we got Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill, which she's making her debut, right?
Yep.
Like, this is her first actual match.
First actual match. Yeah.
Okay. Versus Damage Control.
Well, she was in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, that's right. She was. Yeah.
But-
she threw out like 3 people or something like that.
Yeah, but this is her first actual match. Yeah.
Yep. Versus Damage Control, which consists of Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Again,
There's no way Cargill loses her first.
oh
match.
hell no!
That's not
This
happening.
is why I wish we could bet on this shit.
That is not
I would bet the
happening.
house that Bianca, Naomi, and
Yep.
Jade win.
Yep.
100%.
1,000%.
Yes. I
There's
would
no
absolutely
way.
bet the house.
There's no way she loses her first match.
No, absolutely not. That is definitely not going to happen.
Yep.
And they're not going to have Bianca Belair lose again. No, that
No.
ain't happening.
No.
Not a chance.
That team is winning in my opinion because when you look at it, Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Asuka, they don't lose any traction by losing this match.
No, they really don't.
Jade Cargill
Yeah.
and Bianca Belair would lose, and Naomi, for all due respect,
Yeah.
would lose traction if they lost.
Oh, for sure. They'd be pretty much. Bianca and Naomi would be kind of like afterthoughts.
right.
If that happened. Jade, not so much, 'cause she's new. She's a new.
She's new, but you can't. If you had her lose right now, it takes the steam out of it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can't have her lose
Yeah.
now.
Right. Right.
So to me, that's a foregone conclusion. Those 3 win that fucking match. You know what I mean?
Yes. I can
So
see. I can see like Bailey interrupting that match somehow.
Dennis says unless Jade turns on Bianca or something.
I could see that.
Which in that case, yes, they might lose, but Cargill wouldn't lose then because she would.
But that would
turn.
be protecting her. Yes.
Right. It would be So it would be, that's kind of smart.
It would be.
It protects Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Asuka.
Yeah.
And Cargill,
I don't see any
the
way
Cargill
that,
side could lose with her
Right.
interfering or doing something. Yes, I could see that. But personally, I don't think they do that to start off with. I think Cargill, Belair, and Naomi tag team. I think they play the baby faces. They play the cards the way they are, and I think they win that match.
It's hard for me to not see Bailey interrupting this match somehow, interfering in it. But I don't know.
Maybe.
Next up, we have the 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. We have Judgment Day, which is Damian Priest and Finn Balor, versus the Awesome Truth, The Miz and R-Truth. God, I fucking love R-Truth. He's such a treasure, man. He really is.
He's a national treasure.
He really is. Especially him on commentary. He's hilarious. Fucking love it.
I actually like the fact they got him and Miz back together, too, because I like the fact that Miz plays the straight-laced
He does.
role so well with R-Truth being just the fucking nut job
He's
that
a
he
doofus,
is.
but I love
it's
it.
awesome.
I absolutely love it. Also, DIY is in this match with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa versus the New Day, which is Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, versus New Catch Republic. I'm not familiar with them, but that is Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Yeah.
And versus A-Town Down A-Town Down Under with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, both of whom
A-Town
suck.
Down Under. That's
Like, I don't. How is this just like a
Us-
one? Is this like a one fall match, or is it you gotta like throw somebody over the rope?
I'm
I don't know how
not
this works.
100% certain on this one, on what the like how you win it.
Because if you just eliminate one team and then it just goes to the final two, I think A-Town Down Under would be the first ones eliminated 100%.
Yeah. It's it's funny. I don't like Austin Theory.
Neither do I.
At all. He's boring in my opinion.
God damn. He
Frank-
had it all. He had Money in the Bank, and then just
Frank said it makes me happy to see how happy Truth makes Chris.
I love R-Truth.
So I've actually, despite the fact that he's kind of a douche, Grayson Waller's grown on me a little bit.
Really?
Just because he plays that douchey character so well,
He
I
really
kind of
does.
respect it.
He
Like
really does.
he's kind of funny at this point to me. Like I kind of enjoy some of his bullshit. Austin Theory, I find to be boring and not interesting at all.
Nope.
The New Day, I like them. They're kind of funny, but they're old news to me. I'm kind of tired of that. DIY, they're very good. Again, they just don't necessarily
No personality.
no, and that's
Like they're
kind of
good
a problem.
in-ring
yeah.
guys.
New Catch Republic for me is the same thing. Like they're good wrestlers, but there's no personality behind it. I'm going to tell you, I think this is going to be some sort of a turn where Judgment Day goes in a different direction. I believe they lose the belts here.
I think they will also lose. I think that's the only way they can move forward. Is by
I
losing
think they
the belts.
have to move them forward by taking those belts off of them. And I think Awesome Truth is the team that does it.
God, that'd be great.
I really do. I think Awesome Truth is the team that does it.
I'd be all in favor of that. Yes. 100%.
Dennis says done with New Day. Bro, I'm with you. I know it's not a popular thing to say.
Now, if they
but
had Big E with them, I think it'd be a slightly different story.
slightly different.
Yeah.
It's just
But just those
it's
two.
played
kinda
out.
like,
It's
yeah,
tired at
yeah.
this point, you
Yeah.
know?
No, I'm kind of with you on that one. Absolutely. Next up, we got Jay versus Jimmy Uso. I think it's going to be actually a really good match.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I love the Usos.
Yes.
I really do. I like them both for different reasons. Jay's awesome, man. He's a good wrestler, and he's done well for himself when he went singles,
on his own.
right? Went on his own. And Jimmy, man, I think Jimmy's very underrated. I think Jimmy's underrated. He is funny as shit playing the doofus bad guy. Like I think he's funny as shit. Like
That's
some of the
exact-
things he does, I really literally rewind it and watch it back.
Some of his facial expressions are so
Dude,
cringy, though.
it's
like,
hilarious,
dude, what are
man.
you doing?
He's good at what he does. I think he's funny as shit.
Okay. I think Jay's going to win this, though. I really do.
Oh yeah, I think
he's
Jay
he's,
wins.
Like he's got so much momentum, and he's got the crowd behind him. I think he's going to win this. But I think it's going to be a hell of a match. I really do.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that match. I think both of them are really, really good wrestlers. Both of them have really good personalities and are good on the mic, and they're good at what they do. I'm looking forward to this match a lot.
Yep. Next up, we got the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Now,
The Ring General.
you know my thoughts on Sami Zayn. I'm done with this fucking guy. I'm sorry. He's such a cornball. I'm done.
Yeah.
Done.
Well, to me, I don't understand this match. I don't get.
You're gonna have Sami Zayn end this dude's streak.
It's not happening.
I hope not. God, I hope not.
No. So to me, this tells me that Gunther is retaining the title, which I don't want. I want this dude to move on.
I do too.
I think he's a really good wrestler. I love his heel personality. I think what he does is great. I'm just tired of seeing him retain this fucking title. I want him to move on to the bigger titles.
Like, this is kind of what me and Frank were talking about this a couple weeks ago. This is a title that I feel he should be clashing with LA Knight over.
Yes, I could. Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
That's exactly what should happen. That's who he should lose the belt to, is a guy like LA Knight.
A guy that it would. So you have to. Anybody who's going to take the belt off of Gunther.
Yep.
Is it's going to propel them, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to propel Sami Zayn. He's been there too long.
Nope.
He's not the one you're going to propel. It's a guy like Knight that you would put it on. Or, again, if you're trying to push the newly healed Randy Orton.
Yeah. But is the Intercontinental Championship for Randy Orton like below him?
Not coming back.
Okay.
Because he's wrestling for the fucking United States Championship.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Randy Orton's in that match.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So for me, no. For me, him coming back and off that injury, I think it would be great to give him that push again as like, all right, he took the belt off of Gunther, and yes, he's the old Randy Orton again. He's better than the old Randy. That would propel. Like, to me, it's got to be a guy who needs some sort of propelling for something, right?
Right.
And I'm saying Randy Orton needs propelling, but he did come back from the injury. I think that would be a great way to push him again as being a top guy. He beat Gunther, and he could defend that title for a while and then move on to trying to win, the heavyweight championship, something like that. But Sami Zayn ain't winning.
God, I hope not.
Dennis says, I love Sami, but Gunther with the belt has been awesome. I do like.
He's been good. He's
been
gotten significantly
good.
better on the mic too.
He has. I'm just kind of getting again. It's like Roman Reigns' title reign, right? I've actually grown to enjoy this whole feud. I like Roman Reigns again, but I'm kind of done with him holding the belt, man. Let's move on. Let's do some other shit. But that's where I'm at with Gunther. Is like I kind of want him to drop the belt and move on to bigger and better things, something else.
No, I'm with you on that one.
Dennis says rumor is Brock coming back and challenging for it, but Chad Gable does deserve a title too. I'm not a Chad Gable guy. I'm just not a fan of him. I like his shtick. I like his go-getter attitude and all that. I'm just not. I don't see him as being a title guy.
I
just don't.
I kind of nothing him.
So okay,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Like,
Yeah.
he's there.
He's there.
Like, he's good in the ring.
He's on the roster.
He's good in the ring.
He's got some decent mic skills. He's good in the ring,
like
but he's not.
But do I see like a belt strapped around that dude's waist? No.
I don't either.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
I don't either. Dennis, I respect and love your opinions when it comes to wrestling. You know that, but
Yes.
that's one where I don't agree with you, buddy.
Oh, but next up we have the Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley, who is the champion, versus Becky Lynch. Okay.
Ripley retains the title.
I think she will. I think it's good. I think it's gonna be a good match because both these women they can actually wrestle. This isn't like the Diva shit.
No, so there's two women's matches that on this at WrestleMania that I am looking forward to because I believe all of them are good wrestlers.
Oh, the Bayley Io Sky.
Yeah. So, but this one, Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley,
Yeah.
I'm a huge Rhea fan.
I know you are.
Love Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
Love me some Rhea Ripley.
I don't blame you.
But Becky Lynch is great too. I mean, they're both great in the ring. They both have great wrestling skills. They're both great on the mic.
Yep.
I think I'm really looking forward to this match, and I think Ripley retains. Frank says Becky wins. That's what Frank says.
Like, I think Rhea will retain, but I've gone kind of back and forth on this because I think in order for her to move on to bigger and better things, I think she has to lose it for that to happen.
Rhea?
Yeah.
What else is she moving on to? It's the world
Like
championship.
just with the just to be done with like the Judgment Day and all that shit.
Yeah.
Just be done with it. And I don't know. I think it would be better for her if she was more in chase mode, I guess.
Okay.
But that's just me. But I could see either one of them winning. But I'm gonna I'm gonna lean toward Rhea winning because she's so over with the crowd now.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
like you almost.
She's supposed to be a heel, but she gets
Right.
cheered every time she comes out. Every time her music hits, she gets cheered.
It was like with Triple H.
Yep.
Like he was a heel.
He was a heel,
but
but-
everybody loved him.
Yep. Well, if you want to go back even a little bit further, like the NWO,
Yeah.
they were supposed to be heels.
Everybody loved him.
Everybody fucking loved
Yeah,
them.
exactly. So I will see how that goes, but I think it's gonna be a hell of a match. I really do because they're both excellent in the ring.
Yeah.
So, and the main event of the night, it's The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Fucking,
Finish the story.
I love the fucking Cody Crybaby shit. I fucking love it.
Finish the story.
And Seth Rollins. Now, what I'll say before this, if Seth Rollins doesn't come out in Shield gear, that's a huge missed opportunity.
So that leads me into something, and I want to get your opinion on this one.
Yeah.
I love Seth Rollins.
Yep.
Right? The guy's great on the mic. He's a great wrestler. He's been a great performer for a while. He needs to stop with this dressing all weird and with this weird attitude. He needs to go back to being the Seth Rollins that looks at The Rock and says, "Shut the fuck up."
Yep.
That's who he needs to go back to being because to me, that's the better Seth Rollins. I love that character. Go back to being that guy.
That is the best version of Seth Rollins, yes.
Go
I
back
agree.
to being that guy.
Yep. I agree 1,000,000% on this.
Frank says I'm a Cody crybaby. Yeah.
Finish the story. Fucking whatever.
And listen, I've discussed it on the show here before. I do want to see him win the belt. I eventually want to see that. This whole thing got involved, and now I'm just kind of against it in the fact that not that I don't ever want to see it happen, but it's irritating me. I've said it before, the whole finish the story thing. Like, okay, I want to see him win the belt, but I'm tired of hearing the whole finish the story bullshit. Mm-hmm. Finish the story. Everybody's got a fucking story. Every single one of those fucking wrestlers has a story. What? Shut the fuck up about finishing your fucking story.
Yes. We share pretty much the same thoughts on this. Like,
But I like Cody Rhodes. I do. I like him. I don't think he's. I know you don't really care for his personality. You think it's a little bit fake or whatever. However,
I think he's a
cheeseball.
He's a cheeseball.
Which he is in a way.
Yeah.
I like Cody. I think he's built his career. He's basically single-handedly created himself outside. He left WWE and recreated himself, became this big icon in wrestling, and then came back.
And I'll give him credit for that.
And I love that. I love the story. That story. I hate hearing finish the story, and I hate hearing that bullshit. And I'm in this whole thing. That's why I went back to rooting for Roman Reigns. I like Roman Reigns again because I just don't want to see this play out like this.
I mean, don't even like the past, few like Raws and SmackDowns and shit like that. That's been legit. It's been pretty good. Like
He's been pretty good, and I could be honest with you. The one thing I really like about all this, I love what they've done with The Rock. Is a little rusty on the mic. I'll tell you that he's a little rusty.
Yep.
But I do love the fact he came back as Hollywood heel Rock.
Oh yeah.
Heel Rock to me is
the best Rock.
Is the best Rock.
Yes.
And what they've done with his entrance,
Yeah.
fucking badass.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Like the red eyes on the bull, the red lasers, the lightning that strikes, and then all of a sudden the blue light shines. I fucking that entrance and the way they went back to it's like a variation of his rock, the signature rock music, and then the heel rock music he had way back with Nation of Domination.
Yep.
I love what they've done with that.
No, it was kind of in the beginning. It was kind of lame, like the build to this, but I think it's gotten significantly better in the past few weeks. And yes, these guys are obviously probably going to beat the shit out of each other. It's going to be great,
Well, Dennis says same story, and Frank says that's the story he's finishing. Yes, Okay, when I said I like that story, I like the fact he went and built himself and came back. Keeping on saying, I'm finishing the story, I'm finishing the story, I'm finishing the story, finish the story. That's what irritates shit on me. Fucking just be there now. You're there. Just be there.
Yeah.
It's not a story anymore. It's just you're fucking wrestling.
Who do you got winning that match?
Rock and Roman.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one.
Because it's gonna end up. You have to have that match in night 2 be
Bloodline rules.
Bloodline rules. You have to.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Yeah, I think Rock and Roman definitely going to win that match.
Yep.
Or The Rock's going to turn on Roman.
I don't see it happening there.
Okay. Or Reigns is going to turn on The Rock.
If The Rock turns on Reigns, I see it taking place in night 2.
Because you can see it kind of building, like Reigns kind of like
They've both done some things that
Yeah.
make you think,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
something's not entirely right here.
no,
And I think if The Rock turns on Roman, which I'm really hoping for, I hope it's night 2, and I can see it being night 2. I don't think it's gonna be night 1. I think they go into night 2 with it being Bloodline rules.
yes,
Dennis says not till night 2, and Frank says Rock Roman win.
yep.
I would agree with both of you guys.
I think we're all kind of in agreement on that one.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, moving on to night 2. But before that, if you're a homeowner or looking to be a first-time home buyer, give Jason Stiltner, Senior Loan Officer at Flagstar Bank, a call today at 248-752-3631. Jason has great mortgage programs for first-time home buyers, including down payment assistance options and excellent interest rates. Again, give my guy Jason Stiltner from Flagstar Bank a call today at 248-752-3631 and get the excellent service you deserve. Flagstar Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 27546.
Let's go, Buffalo.
Yeah! Thanks, Frank, for mid-show for sure. Appreciate it, buddy.
Frank said, I'd love to stay and keep watching, but I need some sleep, which we understand, brother.
Mid-show.
And he said mid-show, boys.
Yes,
Mid-show, yep.
thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
That's what we were aiming for, actually. We literally discussed that before the show. We were aiming for mid.
That's what a lady friend tells us after every show, mid.
Yep. That's what we aim for now.
So yes, that's exactly what we aim for. Moving on to night 2, we have Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits taking on the Final Testament. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know much about this story or why they're feuding. Like I know who each of them are. I don't understand what the beef is between them.
Same.
Because has there really been a build up to this? Maybe Dennis can fill us in on that.
There's been a little. I've seen a little bit of it, but to me, it's one of those portions of the show that I fast forward through because I really don't care.
Yeah.
Like Bobby Lashley is a guy who just doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
The Street Profits, I like them. I think they're good, but I think they need to split them up. And
We've been seeing that for like a year now.
yeah. And the other faction, I don't know them well enough to even really give a shit, right? And I kind of fast forward through that. I don't really pay attention to that. It's not something that has caught my interest.
Yeah.
It just hasn't. You can tell me I shouldn't fast forward through it, and maybe it would catch my interest.
Yeah.
I would probably agree with you there. Maybe it would. But I just don't care enough to not fast forward through it. So
Yeah, it might be one. I'm just kind of like, okay. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to say the Street Profits win. I have no idea, but that's what I'm going with.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the other side of that.
Okay. The Final Testament win?
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have LA Knight taking on AJ Styles, who looks incredibly juiced up. Jesus Christ.
That dude took roids when he was out.
Had to him,
when he
man.
was out
Holy
hurt.
shit, man.
That dude is a fucking beast.
Yeah, he is absolutely. He got
He got jacked.
like for real.
I wish I had my daughter here right now. I would have her do the LA Night. I fucking love when she does that. Oh, she does it.
Does she really?
LA
Night.
Night.
That'd be
yeah.
great.
She does it all the time. I fucking love it.
That would be fantastic.
She does it to her mom because she knows her mom doesn't like wrestling.
Yeah.
So every once in a while she'll just go, "Hey ma, LA Night."
Can we get a drop of her doing that?
Oh, I will.
Yes,
I will.
That would be fantastic.
Yep.
This is a feud that's been going on since what? Royal Rumble? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
AJ Styles.
Since before that, I think. Yeah, before that.
Because AJ Styles believes that LA Knight's kind of overtaken him and taking his spots.
Yeah, he
I
took.
guess.
Yeah, Yep. And it was before that because LA Knight jumped into that tag match that he was supposed to be in.
Yeah.
And then it just carried over into the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think LA Knight wins this.
Same. Same. I don't think AJ loses anything by losing this match.
No.
I think if you have Knight lose this match, it's more detrimental to his rise in his career right now.
It is.
Than AJ Styles losing. I think you have to have Knight win this match.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Next up, we have the United States Championship Triple Threat. We have Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Honestly, I think this is going to be a damn good match. I'm
looking forward to it.
Now, as much as I don't like Logan Paul, I can't stand him. I think he's terrible on the fucking mic.
Yeah.
But his in-ring shit is really good.
He's good.
It's really good.
He's good. He's a high flyer, and he's actually fun to watch in the ring.
Yes.
Dennis says AJ is there to make the match better. Do you not like LA Knight? Is that what you're saying? I don't know what. Are you saying you don't like LA Knight, Dennis, in the ring?
That's kind of what I think he's saying.
It's kind. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say.
I think you're wrong. AJ Styles is one of the best to ever do it.
Oh, he's great.
He's fantastic.
He's
so,
great.
Yes, he will.
I do like AJ Styles.
He will definitely upgrade that match for sure.
Yeah.
So I see where he's going with that. But yeah, I kind of am with Dennis on this one. I don't think LA Knight's exactly a great technician in the ring by any means.
Well, he's no.
But LA Knight or AJ Styles will absolutely elevate him in this match, 100%.
I think LA Knight is good enough in the ring. I'm not going to say he's one of the better wrestlers in the ring on the roster, but
Right.
I think he's good enough.
Right. So going back to the U.S. Championship match, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. I think, like I said, I think this is going to be a great match. I really do. I kind of see Paul retaining here.
I do too. So I'm torn. I'm flip flopping on this one a little bit. I could see Paul retaining. I can also see Randy taking this title, as I discussed earlier, which would be a thing for him to do to beat Gunther.
Yep.
I don't think this one would elevate him as being back as much as beating Gunther for the Intercontinental title, but I think I'm going to lean towards Paul retains here. I think there's going to be some sort of interference, some sort of the brass knuckles or something like that, where Logan retains the title.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be an interesting, fun match to watch. I'm looking forward to this one.
I am too, because again, it's all three of these guys can get it done in the ring. So
Randy's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
The guy.
He has one of my favorite finishers of all time.
Well, and he's got even his non-finishers, his signature non-finishing moves are fucking great. And as far as like true performers, like from where he was when he first broke in to where he is now, you look at him and it's like the dude is just all in.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when he's not on camera and in the background, like some of his facial expressions, the way he conducts himself, like he is just all in on being an actor, being a wrestler, being like the dude is he's got a great personality. He knows when to react, when to do things. I'm just very entertained whenever Randy's out there. It's just fucking awesome.
No, he's a dude that gets it. He knows exactly what he needs to do.
Yep.
Next up, we both agreed Paul is probably going to retain.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, a match you were looking forward to, and I am kind of as well because I think this is going to be a great match. Is women's WWE Women's Championship with the Io Sky versus Bayley. I don't think there's any way Bayley doesn't walk out there champion.
Same. I this is another guarantee for me.
Yeah.
I think Bayley leaves there as champion. I don't see any way she doesn't leave there as champion.
Yep. And again, kind of like the match that we previously just talked about, I think this is going to be a hell of a match too. I really do.
Yeah. I said it earlier. This is the second women's match that I think is worthy.
Yep.
Both these women are great wrestlers.
Yep.
And neither one of them are hard on the eyes either. So you know what I mean? Like
that is true. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this match. They're both great wrestlers in the ring. They both are fun to watch. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I think it's a lock. Bayley wins.
Yes, I would agree with that. Next up, we have the World Heavyweight Championship with Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I'm going
Drew.
I think Drew's going to win, but I think somehow there's going to be some interference with CM Punk.
Yep.
He's going to somehow interfere in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Or Priest cashes in.
I think Drew wins.
Yeah.
This is the one where I could see some sort of Money in the Bank cash in, something happening with Damian Priest. And just as we say that, Dennis says Damian Priest cash in.
Yep.
Yeah. If there's ever a spot for Damian Priest to use the fucking Money in the Bank briefcase, as I stated earlier, that he hasn't used the entire time he's had it.
This is where I see CM Punk interfering. After the match.
Yeah.
And just coming up and just blindsiding Drew McIntyre. Priest runs down, cashes in, wins. Absolutely, that's exactly how I see this. That's exactly because he's going to be at commentary.
Yep.
So that's exactly how I see this going down.
Yep. I could see that. And then, of course, the McIntyre heel. I'm so wronged.
I fucking love his heel work.
I've been wronged. I've been screwed. I've been like that would just continue that whole storyline because then that would lead into a feud with him and Punk because he could say how Punk screwed him over and all. I could definitely see that playing out.
His heel work has been outstanding.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Outstanding.
I was never really a fan of him as a babyface.
No.
I just didn't really care for it. It was bland. It was bland.
His heel work because
him as a heel, very interesting.
Because a lot of the shit he says, you're like, yeah, that's legit.
Right.
That's okay.
What? And his true personality, I think, comes out as being a heel because when he was kicked back behind the booth, and CM Punk said
great.
something, and he goes PG, or keep it PG or something like. He's funny. He's good in that role.
Yep.
I think they've got him in a role right now.
I thought it was a great promo between all three of those guys.
It was awesome.
It was
awesome.
It was like I was reading some articles about that promo, and they just basically had like an outline of what they wanted to do.
Yeah, most
of it, just said go.
Most of it was not scripted.
No, they said go.
And these days, that's not hardly ever the case. Most of it is scripted these days, but they let those three basically just go.
From what I'm reading, they're kind of starting to lean more in that direction
with certain people.
Not more in general, but yes, they're going to start out with certain people. But
as far as letting them just
yes, because it just sounds more real. It sounds authentic.
They're gonna still script.
Of course,
they're gonna still script people that are not necessarily great on the mic. But to me, if they will let guys like McIntyre, Seth,
Punk,
Cody, CM Punk, say what you want about CM Punk. The guy's great on the mic.
He is.
He's
I'm not the
biggest Phil.
I'm not the biggest Phil guy.
No,
but
Pepsi Phil. No,
but props where it's due. Dude is outstanding on the mic.
Great, and the promo work with some of these guys, you need to let them go. Like Roman Reigns, nope, you need to script his shit because he's still not good on the mic.
He's not.
The Rock, Rusty, still let him go. But I mean, guys like Seth, Cody, McIntyre, CM Punk,
let them do their thing.
Let them go out there and do what they do.
Yep.
They're good at it.
They are, absolutely.
Yeah, that whole 3-person promo there
outstanding.
Was fucking great.
That's one of the better promos I've seen in a really long time.
Yep.
It was that good. But yeah, going back to the outcome, I do see McIntyre winning. I see Punk interfering after the match, and then I see Priest cashing in. And the main event of the night, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes.
Cody.
Honestly,
finish the story.
I see Roman retaining. I really do.
Really?
I do.
I mean, I kind of hope that I hope that happens. I don't see it happening. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't see it happening.
Okay.
Do I hope it happens? Yes.
I
fucking hope it happens.
I do too. And I see it actually happening.
The only thing the only way I'd be happy if Cody won is if The Rock turns on Roman.
Okay.
To help Cody win.
Yeah.
And it was all a ruse.
Hell of a ruse.
Then I'm down.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. I will not. I think Cody wins, and I'm not going to be happy about it, but I would be ecstatic if Roman retained. I would. That would be a win for me, personally. Like, hell yeah. Let me see that. Let me see. Let me see everybody lose their fucking
mind. Oh my
mind.
God! Can you imagine? Twitter's gonna explode if that happens.
Dude, it'd be fucking great.
Twitter will absolutely
fantastic.
explode.
Let me see the fucking just the people, the Cody crybabies lose their ever loving fucking minds.
That'll be so great
if Roman retains.
I want it.
I do too.
I want it so bad.
I do too. I want to will it to happen.
Yes.
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. I want to see it just for that fact alone.
Are you kidding
Of
me?
seeing Twitter just explode.
Can you imagine the facial reactions? Like that would
It'll be like when Brock beat the Undertaker.
Be a gold mine.
Yeah.
A gold mine of facial
Oh,
expressions.
absolutely.
Just shocked as fuck.
Yep. I think it'd be fantastic. And I honestly think it's the way this should go. But
So Dennis says something that I completely agree with him.
yeah.
And this is what I said about the fact when they were talking about The Rock facing Roman at WrestleMania and the belt was still going to be around Roman. I said, no way The Rock wins that.
Yeah, you can't.
Because you're not putting the belt on The Rock, right?
No.
And Dennis just said, I think the only way you see a true feud between Roman and Rock is if Roman doesn't have the belt. And I fucking 1,000% agree with you, Dennis.
Yeah.
1,000%. Because then you really don't know who's going to win. Like, it can be up in the air at that point. You have no idea. If Roman has the belt, you know damn well they're not putting the belt on The Rock.
No.
So you're right. To get a true feud and a true back and forth, there has to be something happen. And to me, one, Roman has to not have the belt. And two, The Rock has to cost Roman the belt
How much longer
to be a true feud.
How much longer till Roman passes Hogan with his title reign?
September.
I think they want him to break that record. I really do.
I think they do too, but I don't know whether they're going to actually play it out like that.
I think they want him to break that record.
They've changed courses several times here, and I mean, I don't see them having Cody lose again, but I really hope they do because I want to see the people lose their fucking minds.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine?
I mean, you saw what happened at the beginning of this shit when people just like went absolutely batshit crazy about this,
right?
And how much pub WWE got from it, how much money they made off of that. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine this?
Oh yeah.
Like, honestly, to me, it'd almost be bad business to let him win, to let Cody win.
Right.
Just keep this shit going.
Right.
But I do think, unfortunately, I do think you are right. I do think that Cody is going to win.
And like I said, the only way I see it, the only way I'll be happy with Cody winning is if The Rock interferes and then we get a true Rock-Roman feud out of this.
Right.
Then I'm in.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, I'm in. Dennis says it would be more of a battle of tribal chief than heavyweight champ. And I 1,000% agree with you, Dennis. I can't even say I'm anywhere near not agreeing with you. That would be, and that's what I think we all wanted. That was how the whole tribal chief thing came about. They were planning a Rock versus Roman tribal chief
until the Cody Crybabies got involved.
Right, but even when they first created the whole tribal chief thing way back,
that
was the intention behind it, was to eventually have a feud with The Rock over the tribal chief. And then it changed course. So, yeah, I that's what I want to see. I want to see a true feud. I don't want to see we're going to wrestle because we're family and we're going to just wrestle it out because we're family and we want to do this. No, I want to see The Rock screw over Roman and see a feud, like a real fucking feud there. That's what I want to see. But then again, I also want to see Cody lose and people lose their fucking minds.
I think I want to see that more.
I'm torn.
I want to see that more. I want to see the Cody Crybabies lose their shit. I really do.
It'd be like fucking meltdown central.
Be so great.
They need their safe spaces.
Oh my god. You know who doesn't need safe spaces?
The Joe Wright Group.
That's right. Whether you're buying or selling your home, now is the time to take advantage of having the expertise of 3 real estate agents for the price of 1 on your side. Make the right move with the right group, the Joe Wright Group. Give Craig Joe Wright, Mike Bush, and Shane Wilson a call today at 248-535-4750 to fulfill all of your real estate needs.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
It's true. Very, very true.
Yep. So there is the WrestleMania preview.
All right. So I got one thought. Are the Red Wings making the playoffs or not?
No.
Okay. I think they will.
You?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think they'll make it.
I mean, you said that last week too, so I didn't expect you to change your mind.
No, just looking at the teams in front of them, like we're watching one of them right now in the Capitals. The Washington Capitals are absolute dog shit. I have no idea how they're at where they're at. But that is not a good hockey team.
No.
And if the Red Wings cannot overtake the Capitals, frankly, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Well, and I don't think they deserve to be in the playoffs.
However, that win last night against Tampa, it's not an easy team to beat.
Dennis says worst playoff chase ever.
It's not great, Dennis. And now I've been hearing that they want to expand the playoffs and have kind of like the NBA has done.
God, no,
leave it alone.
No,
Leave it alone. Now I understand why they want to do it because it keeps more fan bases interested. I understand it.
I don't
get it.
give a shit.
No, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Please, I'm begging you, leave it alone.
Just like these teams at the bottom here, like the Capitals and the Red Wings and the Islanders, and even to a lesser extent the Devils and the Penguins. These teams don't belong in the fucking playoffs as it is, and you want to expand this shit?
Yeah, you want to let more teams in that just don't belong there?
No, just stop with the expansion talk. It's absurd. The league is already watered down enough as it is. It doesn't need just even expansion in general. It doesn't fucking need it. Now I know why they're going to do it because they're getting $1 billion for fucking franchises now. So I get it, but it doesn't need it.
No.
Yeah, the Flyers as well. The Flyers, I'll take kind of a little bit with a grain of salt because frankly they weren't even supposed to be where they're at now. This was a team that was supposed to be 100% rebuilding. However, they have the absolute wrong coach for that. John Tortorella was in no way, shape, or form going to let that shit happen.
Yeah.
So it just shows you what a good coach he is. He may be a dick, but he's a damn good coach. So, but yeah, where Philly is right now, yeah, they should be nowhere near where they're at right now. But we'll see how it all plays out here in the next week or so. Counting down like roughly the last 10 games of the season. So
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes from there. And Dennis,
Did you? Oh, go ahead.
Is that if anything, he's going to go up to the front office with the Flyers. That's pretty much. He's hinted at that for a little bit now that he's kind of ready to get out of coaching and he kind of wants to go into the front office. So I could absolutely see that happen. Yes.
Did you want to discuss the Final Four?
We could discuss it really quick.
Yeah, we don't have to spend much time on it.
No.
I know you had mentioned possibly getting into it.
I mean, I don't really think anybody had this Final Four coming.
No.
Besides maybe UConn.
I think some people would have put Purdue in there if they didn't look at previous recent history.
Yeah. And kind of like we talked about when the tournament started, it's been one of these years with college basketball that I'm just kind of like, it hasn't really interested me that much. Granted, I've watched quite a bit of the tournament just because we had a bracket going.
I will tell you that I haven't watched much of the tournament at all,
and I had some I had some bets in some games,
which is rare for me though.
Right.
I usually watch a lot of the tournament, but
I mean, I watched it at work, whatever. It's obviously I had some money on some games and whatnot, so yeah, of course I'll pay a little bit of attention to it. But this is by far the least amount of time I've spent watching the tournament ever. It's just hard with the transfer portal now because you don't know who's there anymore. You don't know who's good anymore.
Well, apparently an 11 seed in NC State is good.
Dude, talk about a run though. I mean, you had to win every game in the ACC tournament just to get in to the tournament, and then you go on this run. This is kind of like their 86 run, or not 86, but 85 run. Was it? No. The run they had in the 80s with Jim Valvano. Anyways, I forgot what year it was. Anyways, but yeah, they are definitely on a heater, man. Like,
yeah, they beat Texas Tech.
Yeah,
they beat Oakland.
Which that was kind of Oakland's fault.
Yeah,
Oakland kind of fucked that up.
Yep, they beat Marquette.
Yep,
a 2 seed.
Shaka Smart choked again.
They beat a 4 seed in Duke,
which is it's always a good time when that happens.
Yeah, Duke losing is always fun. So yeah, I mean this is a hell of a run for them, man. It's great for them. And then they're playing Purdue, which is a 1 seed, who has really basically just fucking crushed the entire bracket that they've been in. They had not many of their games have been close. And then you got UConn and Alabama on the other side. And Alabama's a decent run. They're a 4 seed. They beat North Carolina in their last game, which was their 1 seed.
That's who I had winning the whole thing. It was North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yep. As soon as they were out, it's kind of like okay.
I had Houston winning it, playing against UConn. But
okay.
So
that's the only reason I didn't pick UConn. Like I want them to win it, but it's always hard to pick a back-to-back champion. You know?
Yeah. Who do you have out of UConn, Alabama? Who do you have?
I got UConn winning. UConn.
Same.
I got UConn winning the whole thing.
NC State, Purdue.
You know what? I'm rolling with NC State, man.
I'm leaning that way too, brother. To me, this run is just it's a magical run for them. And then I have UConn winning it.
Yes, I have UConn winning the whole thing.
It would be. I would love to see if NC State actually does make it to the final game. I will watch all that final game, rooting for NC State to win that.
Absolutely.
Game.
I mean, it'd be good. Like I like UConn, but I would have some rooting interest in NC State kind of finishing that story.
Fucking hate you.
Also, Michigan basketball did hire a new head coach, Dusty May, from FAU. Everything I read about this guy seems like a pretty good hire. Michigan got it right here. That was gonna be like the hot name. That was
Michigan State fan thought it was a great hire until Michigan hired him.
Of course,
now it's a trash hire.
Of course, yeah. Well, Michigan State was just a hockey school like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So okay. Anyways, but yeah, everything I've read, it's a good hire. I mean, he led FAU to the Final Four, so that kind of tells you something. So I like it. We'll see if you can rebuild the program back to where it was before Juwan Howard destroyed it. That would be nice.
I'm all for that.
Yes.
Make basketball great again.
Yes.
I think I just triggered some people out there.
I'm sure you did.
Didn't mean to, but you
should put that on a red hat.
Make Michigan basketball great again.
Put that on a red hat.
I should.
I'm sure nobody will have an issue with that.
Nah. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, I think we're good. That's a good thing to end it on right there.
All right. Make Michigan basketball great again.
That's right.
Give us a like, a share, and a follow on our social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find all of our podcasts on your favorite podcast provider. As always, check out SOTDET.com. Click on shop, buy some stuff, support us. We would appreciate it. Again, that's SOTDET.com. On behalf of Chris and Frank, who's probably sleeping right now, I'm Joe. We are Sports on Tap Detroit. See you next Tuesday.
And that is it for us today.
No! God, please, no!
Bye, have a great time.
No! God!
Bye, guys.
No. Bye,
buddy.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
Goodbye.
No!
It's never goodbye.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.
Hey,
You know, we've been through our ups and been through our downs.
And you were meant to be here tonight.
You guys will always be in my heart.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
I think the most important part is that we all stay together throughout.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Live. Fight like hell. The best thing I have ever done, the best thing I will ever do, is be a dad.
God, I love you guys. Mamba out.